Hey gang, John Bacarella here with your Lake St. Clair Fishing Report, brought to you by Sportsmen's Direct. And it is May 1st, 2019, which is May Day. And May Day, May Day. And a lot of you guys are probably saying May Day out there with the crazy rain that we had. I mean, maybe some of you out in the backyard building arcs or something, or launching your boats right off of the trailer in your driveway. Unfortunately, the rains were crazy yesterday. The ground's already saturated. Everything's flooding. Clinton River's at flood stage right now. There's water over the roads in some places. Sewers are backing up in places. It's kind of a mess out there. A lot of water obviously going into the lake. The water's going to be pretty darn dirty out there. You're going to have trees and all kinds of debris getting washed in from all corners of the lake all around here in southeast Michigan, probably Canada too. And it's all going to be going down the St. Clair and Detroit rivers. So if you're out, be very, very careful. Watch for those logs and all that junk that's going to be coming down. And you know, even the boat launches here, the DNR was running around, I guess today. I had reports that they were pulling launches to pull them up out of the water to make them higher because they were all underwater this morning. That's how much the lake came up in such a short period of time. So now with that said, there is still fish to be had. We're going to start up north. The St. Clair River is really starting to fire up. Water temperatures are up there, regardless of whether you got dirty water or not. The guys are still catching fish up there in the St. Clair River. They're still catching cohos. They're still catching steelhead. There's a lot of fish being caught. Now down here in the main lake, the dirty water is slowing things down a bit. But the smallmouth bass are still there. There's a lot of fish in 11, 12 feet of water. I had reports of still a lot of fish coming in that 6 to 8 feet of water, and the bass guys are catching walleyes as well, and muskies, and just about everything else out there as well. So just a lot of fish in that dirty water and shallow. And with this warm temp, it's like 70 something out there right now, and so that rainwater really is going to warm things up. It is going to really turn things on. So as this water cleans up, you can expect the fishing to really explode. Not that you can't catch fish in the dirty water, you sure can. I mean, I grew up fishing all this dirty stuff out here, and that was kind of normal for us back in the day, but I know some of you guys have trouble with it. Now, out in front of Metro Beach, they are catching walleye out there still. Not slaughtering them, but the boats are getting probably 5 to 10 fish per trip out there, and it's just going to keep getting better and better and better. And I honestly would expect all this heavy runoff out of the Clinton and out of the spillway to really push a lot of fish out, that are done spawning. They're all going to be coming out. So you can expect them to stack up out there. And those fish are going to stay there until that water gets really clear, until it gets gin clear. Then they're going to move out with that clean water. So while we have that dirty water, take advantage of it, guys. There's fish out there to be had. Now, if you remember in last week's fishing report, I mentioned that for you guys that like to shore fish, or even from the boats that like cats, the cats are there. One of the guys from the shop, Spencer, was out this week, and he really got some nice channel cats. So the rivers are going to pretty much be unfishable right now with as much water as coming down. But eventually that flow is going to slow down, and like the mouth of the spillway is just going to be stacked with cats. So water temperature at Belle Isle right now is 48 degrees. So it has dropped down a little bit, which you might expect from, we had some cold weather there, and we didn't get a lot of bright sunshine, so everything kind of cooled off. St. Clair River is cooling things down a little bit. But you can expect it to warm up dramatically now with the 70-degree weather that we have now in the rain. It's going to take it probably a day or so before it warms up down there at Belle Isle, but it is going to warm up, and we've got forecasted 60 degrees going forward here, so hopefully the water temperatures are going to stabilize a little bit. Now, I know guys are saying that the Detroit River is done. It is far from done, guys. It is not done yet. It is going to get harder, though, very soon, because those white bass have started coming in down on the lower river, and they are going to work their way up. And when they do, it is going to get harder to get through those white bass and to get down to the walleyes. But the walleyes are still there. And there's going to be a lot of those walleyes, a lot of those smaller males are going to be moving up into the lake. And I guarantee you a lot of them have already moved up into the lake, up into the mouth of the Detroit River. So if you're not catching fish in the river, just venture out a little bit up into the mouth there, and I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. And you can, once you get out there, you can still jig if you got enough current flow, but you can also run cranks and run bottom bouncers out there as well. So there's going to be a ton of fish up there in that head of the Detroit River area. Now, panfish and everything along the shoreline has slowed down quite a bit with the dirty water, and we've had a lot of east winds, and so I know guys are still catching fish, but I mean, it's nothing hot and heavy that I've had any reports of. And so this is going to be a pretty darn quick fishing report. I don't have much more to give you guys. All I can tell you is I hope that your basements aren't flooded, and I got a sump pump running in the middle of my backyard, if that's any indicator of how much rain we got. So I'm actually pumping my yard out to the front of the street right now to try to get the water down in my grasses to the point where I might as well get a hay baler back there. But hey, if you like all this information that we give you guys on these videos and you want to get notified immediately when a new one comes out, click that subscribe button, that little bell icon, and you'll be sure to get notified as soon as a new video is out there. That way you don't have to wait for us to post them on Facebook.